The launch of the National Action Alliance for Suicide Prevention brought together an impressive group of our nation's leaders from both the public and private sectors. They chose World Suicide Prevention Day to begin their work together.
Suicide is a personal and national tragedy. We have lost too many people to a very preventable cause of death, and it doesn't have to be this way.
Suicide is a very personal issue for those of us touched directly. It knows no boundaries of age, gender, ethnicity, income, or profession.
It was almost 7 years ago to this day that my wife and I received news that our son had taken his life. There is no way to describe the loss of any child. It is the most challenging thing a parent can go through in this life.
It tests the limits of every human emotion and leaves those left behind questioning every thought, every comment, and every missed opportunity that survivors believe might have prevented the tragic loss.
The effects of suicide run deep. More than 34,000 Americans die by suicide each year. That's one suicide every 15 minutes.
I work with the counselors at our school to prevent suicide, something to me that is very important in all Native American communities.
Suicide is the second leading cause of death for Indian youth ages 15 to 24 and is 3.5 times higher than the national average.
I lost 5 friends last year to suicide. It was something hard not only for me, but also for all the adults and other youth and tribal council members of Mescalero. It was hard because it wasn't a year span when we lost these people. It was all within 1 month.
Suicide reaches into all parts of society. Research indicates that there are increased suicide rates among veterans. And suicide rates among service members recently reached historic highs within the Army and Marine Corps.
As Secretary of Defense, my top institutional priority is taking care of those who have borne the burden and paid the price for protecting our nation. That includes doing everything possible to prevent military suicides. It is always a horrible tragedy to see a service member safely off the battlefield, only to lose them to this scourge. If we can, we must, and we will do better.
It really violates our basic warrior ethos. And that ethos is as important as it is direct and simple. We never leave a fallen comrade behind. That is what motivates us in the Army. But as proud as we are of what we can accomplish on this one, we neither can nor wish to go it alone.
The National Action Alliance brings together top leaders from the public and private sectors to build on noteworthy achievements in suicide prevention.
As we come together today and stand unified in this room as a nation to mark this day, I would say that it is the lives you saved in your years that matter most. And when it comes to preventing suicide, we all have that opportunity.
Let's get to work, let's roll up our sleeves, let's pull together the very best of ideas, and let's go to a higher plateau where we are actively and anxiously engaged in saving human life.
The National Action Alliance is not just another high-level committee that will hold a few meetings and write a report. It's a public-private collaboration with real responsibility to take the steps needed to accelerate our work in suicide prevention.
We don't have one life to lose in this world, and we're here to bring the full force of our nation's resources to bear on confronting the challenge, breaking the silence, and stopping the pain and suffering.
Because so many things divide this town. So many things end in gridlock. But this one must not. Because this one doesn't register Republican or Democrat. This registers human.
I'm here today to talk a little bit based on my experience as a survivor of my own suicide attempt. What I remember, though it's been many years, is the utter hopelessness and despair of being in this place where you want to kill yourself.
We have the ability, we have the tools, we have the knowledge to restore hope and health and healing to those who were challenged like my son was.
By holding out the light of hope for others, by letting them know We need them. We need our soldiers. We need our family members, our brothers and sisters. We need to preserve the greatest asset, the greatest resource of our country, which are our brothers and sisters, our children and parents.
I have said on many occasions like this that those who do this work on the side of angels.